Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Tech Tutorials 2K21. So today our topic is features of C++ programming language. In my previous video, I already discussed about the features of C programming language. So if you didn't see that video, just go and see that video first. So now coming to today's class, and here our topic is features of C++ programming language. So C++ is also having a features which are C is having, and it's having another more features also, which makes the C++ programming language as a new programming language. So we'll start with the first feature, which is an object-oriented programming. So C++ is an object-oriented programming. So it can support different features like class, object environment, and then inheritance concept, encapsulation, polymorphism, abstraction, data hiding, dynamic binding, message passing. So all these concepts can be supported by a C++ programming language, which makes C++ programming is a object-oriented programming. So we'll discuss about in brief what is class, object, encapsulation, everything, because your entire syllabus is consisting these topics only. So now we move on to the next feature of a C++. So it's a machine dependent language. So as like your C programming language, it doesn't support a portability feature. So because your C plus plus is a compiled based language. So before we are going to run your C++ programming, we have to compile. So because of that reason, your C++ is a machine dependent. So for what platform, for what operating system we are written a C++ program, we can run our program in that platform only. We cannot run those programs in any other operating systems or any other platforms. So because of that, we can say your C++ is a machine dependent programming language. And C++ is also a case sensitive language as like your C programming language. And it's also differentiate the upper, lower and a combination of both upper, lower cases. So and your C++ is also having a rich set of library files which consisting of a predefined functions which is used to build the programming very easily. So it gives a developer to easily develop the complex programs by using the predefined library functions and everything. In C++, we have a library files like IOStream, IOManip, and CMath, etc. So these are some of the library files which we are used in C++ programming language for manipulating or for processing with input and output devices. And CMath, which consisting of a mathematical related predefined functions, which is used to support to do a mathematical operations. And your C++ is a compiler based language. So compiler based language means before we are going to run this C++ programs, we need to compile. So we cannot run the programs without any compilation. So because of that, say we can like C++ is a compiler based programming language. Whereas the other feature of a C++ is a memory management. In C, it is not supporting a dynamic memory allocation purely. So it is difficult. I can't say like C is not supporting dynamic programming language completely. It can support, but it is difficulty to implement in C programming language of a dynamic memory allocation concept. Because it is manually we have to assign a memory dynamically at the time of running your program by using calloc, realloc, and malloc functions, which is used in C programming language. So the syntax is difficult and the usage is also difficult. Whereas in C++, so it supports a dynamic memory allocation. So we don't bother about a manual way for implementing this dynamic memory allocation. Simply we can use two keywords like new and delete, and these two keywords will take care of dynamic memory allocation in C++ programming language. Whereas in C programming, there is no concept of exception handling. So what do you mean by an exception? So exception is nothing but a runtime error, which makes an abnormal termination of your program. So in C, we can't handle any exceptions because we can't deal with the logical errors. Again, we are move on to the program and we can make the changes. And again, we have to compile and run the program to see the output. So in C++, and this feature is also added, like C++ can support and it is having a special mechanism to handle the exception in object-oriented environment. So there we have to use different keywords like try, catch, and throw. So these are the keywords which supported to implement an exception handling concept in object-oriented environment. So these are the features which makes a C++ language as a new programming language